Yo, we up in the ring, breaking news with a jab. Ringside ramble, got the stories you grab. Video clips, front row, you won't miss the brawl. Big hits, KOs, we got it all.
Welcome back to Ringside Ramble. It's me, Niall, here bringing you all the latest news, views, and breakdowns from around the world of professional boxing. In this video, I'm going to be giving my preview and prediction for this Saturday night's huge domestic clash as former world champion Sonny Edwards takes on outstanding amateur Galal Yafai at the Resorts World Arena in Birmingham, England for the WBC interim flyweight title. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one since it's been announced. A lot of people have outstanding fights, such a high level fight, huge crossroads fight. So I'll be giving my breakdown and prediction as to who I think will come out on top and if either man can win a world title in Sonny Edwards' case again. So yeah, before we get into today's video, please remember I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give this video a like, follow us over on X. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed and followed so far and engaged with the video. So if you haven't already, get on it. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, and follow. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. So yeah, let's get into today's video. Sonny Edwards, Galal Yafai. As I said there in the introduction, I've been buzzing for this one since it was announced. Such an important crossroads fight for both men, but also such a highly skilled fight between two absolutely elite level talents. You have Galal Yafai, of course, outstanding Olympic medalist, turning over quite late to the professional ranks. So it's understandable that they're taking these leaps. For your fighting Sonny Edwards in less than 10 pro fights is absolutely unbelievable. But, needs must. They believe he's good enough, with the amateur pedigree, and he is a supreme talent. So what's the point in, taking more kind of lower level fights if you believe he's ready? His amateur record warrants these big fights. It really does. So, his age, time isn't on his side either. We've seen it before with former amateur stars turning over too late and it hasn't worked out for them. So, sink or swim, it has to be for Galal Yafai. They believe he's ready. He's talented enough. He's clearly a level above the fighters that he's fought already. He's beaten them widely. Every one of them, all 8 wins, 6 KOs, I believe. And he's beaten everybody decisively. There's some solid names in there. He's beaten solid names. But this is a huge, huge step up. So we're gonna see if he's ready or not to challenge for world honors at 112. We really are. We're gonna see if he's ready. So yeah, he's a supreme talent. Such a quick boxer, fast hands, good feet, sharp shooting, carries power. For a smaller weight division fighter, carries a lot of power, so he will have the edge and power over Sonny Edwards. Those 6 KOs and 8 wins. He is heavy-handed to go along with his technical ability, of course, his amateur skill and his footwork and his hand speed. So yeah, he has that edge over Sonny Edwards, but Sonny Edwards, of course, former world champion. In my opinion, Sonny Edwards is one of the most underrated fighters in the world at the minute, to be honest with you. It's a similar stylistic matchup in terms of Sonny Edwards is a slickster as well, back foot, counter punching, hit and don't get hit, really sharp hands, great elusiveness, so elusive, so slippery to pin down, so slick. He's really, really good fighter, Sonny Edwards. Never really got the credit he deserved, in my opinion. Of course, he won a world title. He beat the long-reigning champion, Maturi Lane from South Africa, spun him on his head, widely outpointed him. It was a boxing masterclass, it really was. But he was shown that ability from early on in his career, even, very early in his professional career, beating the likes of Hasamba, beating Marcel Braithwaite. He's he was always a supreme talent. He really was a supreme talent. He proved it against Lane. Um, when he spun him on his head to win the IBF flyweight title, and it was well deserved. He went on to make numerous defenses against Jason Mama, Mohammed Wasim, Andre Campos, I believe his name was the other title defense. But yeah, racked up title defenses, and then of course fought a super fight with Jesse Bam Rodriguez, the pound for pound star Jesse Bam Rodriguez, and came out on the wrong side of that, was beaten and stopped by Bam. But any boxing fan knows there's absolutely no shame in that. Bam Rodriguez, as I said, absolute pound for pound elite level talent. So there's no shame in that. That's the sole loss of his career, and Bam was absolutely incredible that night. Like he is most nights, absolutely outstanding. Such a well-rounded fighter, close to the perfect fighter, to be honest with you. But yeah, Sonny came out on the wrong side of that one. He didn't disgrace himself. There was times to the surprise of many watching that fight that Sonny dug in and had a war in the pocket with Bam, which was crazy because Sonny Edwards, of course, not a big puncher. 4 KOs, I believe, and 21 wins now it is. So he wouldn't have had the power to put a dent in Bam or kind of, knock Bam back onto his heels. So that was surprising, but he proved his toughness and how game he is by digging in with Bam and having a war in periods of that fight, which was outstanding to see. He showed a hell of a chin. Of course, he did end up getting knocked down, but he showed a hell of a chin. Showed how game and how tough he was. So yeah, there was no shame in that whatsoever, losing to Bam Rodriguez. So yeah, he did bounce back. He bounced back really well, to fight somebody like Adrian Curiel, another former world champion in your first fight back after such a kind of heavy defeat to Bam Rodriguez has to be applauded. Curiel's a very, very good fighter. We've seen it when he beat Sivanati Nonshinga, quality fighter. Sonny Edwards looked really good in that fight. He didn't look like he lost a step from the Bam fight. There's questions, is Sonny Edwards on the decline? No, he looked very good against Adrian Curiel until the cut opened, of course, a nasty cut over his eye, which hampered him a lot. Won a kind of technical decision in after the ninth round, but yeah, he well deserved the win, well ahead, and he boxed beautifully there. I thought he looked really good, and he looked back to his best. So I don't think he's lost that much, to be honest. Since the Bam Rodriguez loss, judging by the Curiel performance, I really don't. So this is a real fascinating fight stylistically. As I mentioned, they're both similar fighters, both elusive back foot counter punchers. But it might not be the most exciting fight, but it's going to be an absolutely elite level, such a high level chess match between both men in Birmingham. It really is. I've mentioned earlier, Galal Yafai maybe has the edge in hand speed, definitely has the edge in power. But I think what this comes down to for me is Sonny Edwards, his experience as a pro. I think he's way too experienced as a pro for Galal Yafai. Of course, Galal Yafai has the amateur background, the decorated amateur background, and of course, as I forgot to mention before, these two actually fought in the amateurs and sparred before, so they have history. But I'm not looking too much into that. You can't. It's almost like two different sports, really. It's a different time. Both men have changed so much since then, so I'm not looking too much into that to kind of determine the outcome of this. I just think Sonny Edwards, his experience as a professional, is going to be the telling factor here. I really think so. Beating the names that I mentioned, the likes of Adrian Curiel, Entelan, Felix Alvarado, Jason Mama, Mohammed Wasim, Marcel Braithwaite, Asomba, these type of names. Galal Yafai hasn't proved that he's ready for that level yet as a pro. And it's not to say that he can't. He's well, more than capable. He has the ability of winning this fight, but I just think Sonny Edwards' experience is invaluable as a professional. I really do. Sharing the ring with Bam and winning a world title and sweeping aside world class fighters, making it look easy. Sonny Edwards has proved on the biggest stage. He's also proved that he can come back from adversity, getting dropped, getting cut, to come back and win fights. So Galal Yafai is yet to have that good check that Sonny Edwards has had on numerous stages in his career. So I think Sonny Edwards is going to be too experienced. I think experience is key here. Being a professional longer than Galal, winning world titles at this level is going to tell. So I think it's going to be a really elite level chess match. But I think Sonny Edwards is going to beat Galal Yafai on points. Of course, as I said, not a huge puncher, so if there was a stoppage here by either man, to be honest, I'd be quite surprised. But yeah, I think Sonny Edwards is just way too experienced as a pro. But I think it's going to be an interesting fight. You know, it's going to be cagey, it's going to be a chess match, but Sonny Edwards for me comes out on top on points, and then the question will be what's next. I suppose it might be a video for another day, but I'll briefly touch on it and the fact that the flyweight division now is absolutely outstanding. The world champions, there's Lard Isabel, Anthony Alasquaga, Seigo Akui, and Kenshiro Taraji. Kenshiro Taraji versus Sonny Edwards would be an absolute dream match for boxing fans. Kenshiro, basically a pound for pound talent himself. So that'd be a fascinating matchup. But in terms of the other champions, they're quality fighters. But I'd favour Sonny Edwards in a matchup against any of them. I really would. Ikui, Olasquaga, Lard Isabel. I think Sonny's more than capable of beating all three of them. So yeah, but he has to get past Galal Yafai first. So let's see how that goes this weekend, this Saturday night in the Resorts World Arena in Birmingham. I cannot wait for this. I've been buzzing for it since it was announced. Such a huge fight. I haven't even really got into, the loser. What's next for the loser? The loser is pretty much done, at world level. He is, to be honest, whether it's Sonny Edwards or Yafai. Edwards can't afford a loss to Galal Yafai. Less than 10 fight, Galal Yafai. If he wants to kind of get back to the mountaintop at 112 again, and Galal Yafai needs to prove that he is ready for this level. And if he loses, at 31 years old, is there room to come back and go again, mount another challenge, hone your skills for a few more fights, get more experience, and come back to, by the time you got back to a world title, who knows what age it'd be. So it's such a huge fight for both men. It really is such a huge crossroads fight, such an interesting stylistic clash, and I cannot wait for it. But it's Sonny Edwards on points for me. Unanimous decision, maybe 116, 112 sort of range. So yeah, that's just my breakdown and prediction for this Saturday night's huge domestic clash between Sonny Edwards, the former IBF flyweight world champion, and Galal Yafai, the phenomenal amateur talent, now an unbeaten professional, as they battle it out for the WBC flyweight, interim flyweight title, I should say, at the Resorts World Arena in Birmingham. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with my assessment, my breakdown? How much you're looking forward to this fight and who gets it done. Is Sonny too experienced, or is Galal Yafai too fast and too powerful for Sonny Edwards? Is Sonny Edwards on the decline? And can the winner win a world title? Let us know what you think in the comments. Always great to have engagement. And as I said at the start of the video, please don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you like my content. I'd really appreciate it. Give this video a like. Follow us over on X. Always great content on all platforms to engage with. Love engaging with boxing fans as much as I can. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, speak again and take care.